Hey, you guys. Coffee, cannabis, and a ginger here. I know I haven't been on here for a while, so today's video might be a little bit longer than normal because I'm going to do a recap of 2020. So, let's see. Let's see how this started. So, 2020 started off great. Living in Colorado, going on our third year there. My husband had his, same job as a diesel mechanic that brought us out there. And I was working as a lunch lady at a middle school. I loved it, just a couple hours a day. Fast forward, March, fucking COVID, April, fucking COVID, equaling my husband lost his job. Which, I mean, he is like our main breadwinner. I love him for that. He's always been a good caretaker. Anyway, so he lost his job, and then one of my son's little girlfriends, or whatever they were, was salty because I said that girls these days are whores on something, and she turned me into the school district, and I got fired from my $12 an hour, $20 hour a week job that I only did it just to get out of the house. So that was really fun. So anyway, in the meantime, after my husband lost his job, because he is a caretaker and has always been a caretaker, out in Colorado, we had, we were near a big city, so the opportunities were endless. So we were buying vehicles from the auction, LS Motor, Chevy, GMC. We don't do every vehicle, just LS. And him in Denver, we're stripping them, selling parts. We were making a killing, but there's just not the buyers where we are now for that. So on the side, I think that it's something that he wants to still do just as a hobby. But, so that was from, we did that from April, May, June. The middle of June, we find out someone had contacted us about wanting to see our house in Downs that we still owned, that we were renting. And so we set it up for them to come over and look at the house, and their report back was basically like, your house is a litter box. So that was literally about June 15th, which we had been looking for a new place anyway, because we needed more space for Dave to be able to do his little business. So at that point, after like 5 or 6 days, the rental market is very competitive in Colorado. We both were like, what are we supposed to do? Like, our house is trashed. Neither one of us have like a job. Like, we were looking into getting stuff legal with Dave, but with COVID, you know how that is, everything's closed. So we point blank asked our kids, what do you want to do? And they both were like, go back to Illinois. So we decided to move back to Illinois, and we're out of Colorado in about 10 days. So I miss Colorado every fucking day. This gloomy weather here, I mean, it is 8:30 in the morning. I have this ring light on, hang on, look. And my light on, but it's so gloomy outside. Let's look at the first day of the year together, you guys. Oh, the lamp Grandpa Dave made, I miss him. Oh, our neighbor, he has a nice camper out there. I'm waiting for one. That's our goal this year. Anyway, so yes, we miss Colorado every day. There's probably been a couple days I've even almost cried about it, just because one day the clouds, when I left Lincoln after work, they just looked like mountains in, the distance, mountains. And I was just like, I am so thankful that our family had the opportunity to do that, I know I've said it 100,000 times, but that's some people don't ever have that chance. Like, we took the risk, left everything we knew in Illinois in 2017, I think, 17, yeah. And we moved 14 hours away from everything we had ever known in our life. Both born and raised here. So it was, I mean, it was fucking amazing. I loved it. Was it hard sometimes being far away from everyone? Well, yeah. Did Dave's dad pass away unexpectedly while we lived out there and he never got to visit? Yeah. Does that suck? Yeah, because I loved Grandpa Dave and like we had a good relationship and I wish he could have come out there and seen that with us, but you know, that's life and sometimes it doesn't go as expected. So, fast forward to July 1st. We head to Illinois with our first caravan of stuff because we don't move lightly. You know, we have like, I don't even know how many cars. The Suburban, the Jimmy we had to move, the Can-Am, our truck, we had the C20, and my Caddy. So that's 6 cars. I think it took us 2 or 3 trips. I can't even remember now because it's all a blur. Anyway, so we come back here. We don't get possession of our house till July 20th. So in the meantime, Dave and I were supposed to go on like a long road trip this year for our 20-year like anniversary together. And because of COVID and our house, we decided not to. So we came back here. Luckily we have amazing friends that opened their home to us and we wouldn't have been able to do it without them, like legit. Those are the kind of people that you need in your life, like people who are real people who open their home. Do you think that they really wanted us staying with them that long? Hell no. Did you think that we planned that it would take 4 fucking months? Hell no. But we did it, and there's no way to repay that to our friends. You know, like, I have no way to repay other than say I thank you and I love you guys. Anyway, so Dave and I went out to Vegas we went back out like the second week of July to get a second load. But we flew to Vegas from Denver for like 4 days and then back just for like a quick trip, which it was COVID, so it was kind of weird, and it was 120 fucking degrees, so it was so hot. Anyway, so then we come back to Illinois, and then July 30th, because I, lost 125 pounds in the past couple years, I had what's called a paniculectomy. So basically they just took all the extra belly fat I had off. So Dave, we went back out for that. The whole family, we were in the hotel room. Luckily, very smooth surgery, no pain. I had to wear a wound vac for a week and drains for 2 weeks. The drains kind of sucked. But I took them all out myself and everything because we didn't go back for my follow-up because I was healing fine. I didn't even take pain meds or anything the whole time. It was the craziest thing ever. So anyway, I skipped July 20th when we got our house. And we came over here the first day, and the absolute filth. I mean, it's still like, I'm scarred for life from that. Like, my kids are traumatized. Like, how they don't even understand that, first off, someone would do that to someone's house that they didn't even own. But just that you would even want to live like that. Like, when I come into my home, I want my home to smell good. I want it to smell clean. I mean, I have 2 dogs and a cat, so let's face it, it doesn't always smell clean. They fart, they're big dogs. The cat boxes by the back door, so she poops, real life. But your house should not smell so bad of animal urine that it burns your nose. Like, that's not a welcome home. That's like I don't even know. So anyway, we gutted the house before I went to have surgery. So that was what we did for like 2 weeks. So we come back, finally get it, the middle of August, Dave started his new job, like, I think right after I got back from my surgery or right before, I can't remember. And he loves it, like, loves it. He deserves this job. Like, he has worked hard for a long time, and he has good management skills and he has good mechanical skills, and you know, but to have a worker like Dave, I mean, he costs a little more because he's worth it. So at first, you know, he felt like maybe, oh gosh, I'm asking for too much back here in Illinois, but it all worked out, and that's how things have been going. So he started his job. He's like I think he's the shop manager. I don't really know. He's the mechanic, but he's over all the vehicles in the shop and everything. So he has a lot of responsibilities. He has his own office, his own parking spot. I mean, he's like big time. So that's exciting for him. I wish his dad was here to see, because I know his dad will be so proud. And I know I don't talk about his dad a lot around him because it upsets him. But your dad's proud, Dave, so that's exciting. I know he is, he told me. And then in August, I started my job at Cresco, which, if you guys don't know, is one of the largest like marijuana company grows in Illinois. That's where I work. So I started in the indoor cultivation area, which I used to we would take care of the plants from about I don't know, 6 weeks until we harvested them. You know, plant care, whatever, you know, needed to be done. And then at the end of the end of October, we finally got moved into our house, you know, $40,000 later, that we were blessed, so thankful that we were able to pay in cash. So at least we were able to put this money into our home, and we don't owe anything more on it. So we only owe like 70 grand on our little house. So our goal is to have it paid off, hopefully in the next 10 to 12 years is my goal. Realistically, we probably will retire early if we're able to, because life's short, dude. Like, we got traveling to do. We're gonna be shopping for a camper this summer. I don't know. It's just, this year it sucked, but it's been good at the same time, because after we moved into our house then, in the end of November, I started in a new department. It was a brand new department at our job, called the Harvest Team. And at first I wasn't going to apply because I'd only been there a few months. But I went ahead and, you know, let them know I was interested on the very last day that you could, because I was like going back and forth. Because in there somewhere I hurt my back for a few weeks, and I was nervous I was going to flare up that injury again, and I couldn't do that. So anyway, we have this new team. It's amazing. Like, the fact that I look forward to going to work every day, like, that's a feeling I wish all of you had. Like, I'm like, it's only Friday today and I don't get to go see my work friends and work until Monday. Like, I really enjoy my job. So that is a really amazing feeling. Like, legit, I feel like I'm a good worker there, you know. I mean, I think I am. I do my stuff. I get my stuff done. I expect people to get their stuff done, though. So that's frustrating, because another thing about the marijuana industry is you have the stoners who can smoke and do their job 100%. You would never know any different. Then you have, like, you know, because you have to be 21 to work there. So we do have a lot of young people. So I get called ma'am a lot, like I'm an old woman. And a lot of them do, like, come to me with, like, weird questions like they would ask their mom. So yeah, I'm feeling a little old these days, but I love it. It's okay, because I like that they feel like, oh, I can go ask Sarah because she'll help me. So keep doing it. Anyway, so my old lead is now my supervisor, and my old teammate is now my lead, and it's just amazing. We all work well together. I'm excited. Like, my goal is to retire with Cresco. I don't want another job. Like, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. So let's see what else we got going on. I have we're slow steps, because we're still hemorrhaging money. Like, every time, like, we need a couch still. Our kitchen table we ordered 6 weeks ago and still don't have a kitchen table. We have gas ran to my she shed, so, but the old heater in there doesn't work. We got to get a new one. So that's what I told my husband this weekend. I wanted to go get a new heater because I really want to get my weed going, because it's not just that I love weed, like smoking it, and it's not that I just am like a rebel. Like, there's something about working with plants. Like, I didn't believe it until I started doing it. It like releases like stuff. Like, it's relaxing. Like, you could go in there every day and, okay, we're gonna pick leaves for 8 hours today, headphones in, just get in the zone. I mean, it's a calming thing. And in 2020, calming is what the fuck we need. So my husband's working on that for me. We have lots of goals. I mean, we still have to get a roof on our house and the garage and the shed. We're gonna put a metal roof on still. We're waiting on gutters. It's super icy, it's just dripping. My kids are healthy at the end of the year, and that's important. Stressful. Raising kids in this day and age is stressful. And, you know, I don't think that's, my parents don't understand, you know, times are different. Like, things were different when I was a teenager, and I was a pretty good teenager. Yes, I did some stuff, and I got away with stuff, and I snuck behind your back and smoked weed, but at the end of the day, I still knew what was right and what was wrong, and I never drank because, you know, I made sure my friends made home. And like, I know this year because I came out and like with that video to my mom basically about, you know, my life and how things are, and it's taken a lot of stress off of my shoulders. My stepdad doesn't talk to me anymore really, so because I'm an addict. So it's weird being back here because it's not been very welcoming necessarily. It's not the same to go to my mom's and hang out because I don't feel welcomed, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, you know, my mom loves me, and, you know, I still know what I learned from my stepdad. It's sad that the stuff that he taught me, I don't feel like he's following right now. So that's kind of hard. Like, it feels a little hypocritical, but you know what? I'm gonna be 39 this year, and I've realized that I'm an amazing person. Am I a hard person to live with? Yeah, ask my husband and kids. I'm a ginger. I do ginger snap. Like, it's a real thing. Like, I really just, unless you're a redhead, you just don't get it. But anyway, I know I'm hard to live with some days, and I know that I stress people out, and, you know, I've been with my husband for 20 years, and the thing that people don't seem to understand in this day and age is marriage takes work. Like, you can't just get married and be like, okay, let's do this. As I get older and as he gets older, like, things he does is different, things I do are different. You know, losing half of my body, it's not easy to just be heavy and then be skinny, and like, it takes, I mean, it's a ride, it's an emotional roller coaster. Are there still days that I'm like, I wish I was a fat girl? Hell yeah. I wish I had boobs. Yeah, you can't even tell I have any. I mean, like, there's still challenges, but I go to bed every night knowing that my husband loves me unconditionally, and that I love him unconditionally, and that no matter what, we will work through it. I mean, that's what makes a marriage work, you guys, is knowing that it's not always going to be easy, and knowing if you have that person on your team, you guys can get through anything. And 2020, I thought 2019 was rough. 2020, you know, challenged us in a lot of different ways. You know, the job losses, the having to move back across country, having to fucking drop all of the money we had saved into this house that we never would have moved back to anyway because it's tiny, but this is our home. Yeah, it was rough. So I ended 2020 and 2021 going forward. Let's see, what are some goals? I don't really have goals. I never make New Year's resolutions because I never stick with them. Oh, those trees are looking really icy and heavy. My goals this year are to just try to maybe be a little calmer with my kids, because let's face it, I mean, being a mom is stressful, and sometimes I have a short temper, or, you know, I'm short with them, and I hate that because I really don't want them to remember me like that. Maybe try not to take everything so critical. I think sometimes not always, sometimes I think it's okay to be critical, but sometimes I think that I do take things the wrong way. But I think it's because for so long I had no self-esteem. So I'm still working on that. So anyway, I could blabble on for days, but I probably should. I'm not doing laundry today. I'm not doing any cleaning because that's what they said not to do today, because it'll wash away any good luck. So we don't need that. You guys have a good New Year. Do whatever you need to do to make you happy. I mean, other than like hardcore drugs and alcohol. I mean, like, if you want to get your nails done because it makes you feel good, go get your fucking nails done. It's $30. But if that's what it takes, that's why I like to get mine done. I don't have them done because I ripped it off, but just to have shellac on them, it just makes you feel good about yourself. If you want to put mascara on, that's usually why I wear mascara, because a little bit, this is left over from last night. I haven't even showered today. Because a little bit of mascara can change your whole fucking day around. And I do a lot of times before work, I make sure I put mascara on because it just helps me have a good day. If you want to drink 3 coffees a day, do it. Maybe drink 1 decaf. You don't need, that much caffeine. I drink, a couple decafs. Well, I mean, I drink a couple fully loaded, and then I'll have a decaf if I need a third. If you want to travel, fucking travel. Put on your mask and take a road trip. I mean, life is short and America is beautiful, you guys. Illinois is not. I mean, if you've only been to Illinois, you guys are missing out. Please get out of here. Let's see, what else can we say? There's this one thing that we've been trying to start a couple times, and I think I'm starting it today. And I'm going to keep track of it, but it literally is, again, we've been together for 20 years, and I would say, have like a decent sex life. But, honey, we're going to do the day challenge. Remember 365? Let's do it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I hope you guys have a great day, if you even get to the end of this 25-minute video. And just remember, it's okay to be you. It's okay to have different views than others. But at the end of the day, don't be a shitty person.